Hey, I just got back from school not too long ago and I wanted to make a video. This video is about nose bleeding and injuries. These two are things that happen to me often. Not two, actually. Injuries don't happen to me often, and I hope that doesn't change. But nose bleeding, it also doesn't happen to me often anymore. But at one point, it happened every single day. Brother, it was bad. It was really bad. But, yeah. So, I'm gonna start off with nose bleeding, obviously. Uh, it's the one that happens the most often. So, nose bleeding, I can actually tell you the exact day my nose started bleeding often. Because before this specific day that I'm about to talk about, my nose didn't bleed often. Yeah, it really did not bleed often. In fact, it never bled. I never had a nosebleed until this specific day. And it just opened the floodgates, I guess. Because my nose was just bleeding so much after it. But this day was in 5th grade, okay? I came home from school on this day. And, I wanted to play basketball, okay? So I was sitting there in my garage, just playing basketball, dribbling the ball, and I wanted to go for a self pass, okay? And I guess I underestimated the force of the ball, cause brother, the ball when I passed it to the wall, it came at me like a fucking Alaskan bullworm, like it was like the Flash running straight into me, cause the ball I passed it, it hits me square in the nose, right? And I mean it felt like I got hit by like 100 Uchi katanas, cause there's just so much bleed buildup. And like I don't know, man. There was like a monsoon coming out of my nose. It was a fucking waterfall coming out of my nose. So I think okay, I don't. It's probably not that big of a deal. It's just a bit of a nosebleed. So I go back inside. I go ahead and clean my nose. Thinking of nothing of it. I'm like, okay, it's probably not. It's probably not gonna happen often, right? It's probably not gonna happen often, right? Boy, was I wrong. It did happen often. In fact, extremely often. For the course of about 2 years, I would say, from 5th grade all the way to 7th grade, my nose was just bleeding so often. Um, in grade 6, it would bleed and shit, but it just wasn't like it was like maybe like a every week, or like I remember one time I bled in class during the test. Yeah, I remember my nose just started bleeding. I'm like, wait, why's my nose? What's that coming out of my nose? And I'm like, no. I put my hand here, right? I look at my hand. I I put my hand on my like mouth, and I look at my hand. I just see blood, like, on my hand, and I'm like, oh, damn, that's not good. So I go to the teacher. I'm just pointing to my hand with blood on it, and she's like, yeah, okay, you can go. This was during a test, by the way. And I'm walking. There's fucking blood dripping, dead ass. Like I look at the ground. I come back. I look at the ground. There's like blood on the ground and shit. I'm like, damn, bro. And I gotta clean this shit. But yeah. So I'm just bleeding and shit. I remember I just cleaned my nose that day. Came back to class like nothing happened. I remember there was blood on my clothes too. I mean, it was like on my I was wearing a hoodie. It was like on my sleeve. But yeah. Yeah. But still, either way, in grade 6 it would happen like maybe once a week or something. It wouldn't happen that often, although that is pretty often for a nosebleed. I don't even know if it was once a week. I don't really remember that well, but grade 7 that year was oh that year was probably the worst year in terms of nosebleeds I've ever had in my life. I was bleeding like every single day, all right? And not just every single day. Sometimes I would bleed multiple times in one day, right? That it sucked. It really did suck. I mean, brother, sometimes it would happen during my sleep sometimes, and that was probably the worst one because now I just have like fucking dried blood on my face, and I look at my pillow. My pillow just has blood on it. Like, brother, that shit, it was annoying. It was really, really annoying. Um, I had thoughts too. I was like, am I bleeding way too much? Because I mean, it was really often. And then one day in grade 7, right? This was actually the day that I stopped like bleeding as often. One day in grade 7, after I've been bleeding so much, right? One specific day, like I said, after this nosebleed, I wasn't really nosebleeding much after that. Like I don't know if it like opened Pandora's box and like gave me the power to kill my nose bleeding, but I just didn't really nosebleed after that. So anyway, I just had a nosebleed, okay, but it was different because it was just way more than normal. Like so much blood coming out of my nose, like it was heavy, right? But but like I'm thinking, okay, It's just maybe it's a bit more than normal. Okay, it's whatever, but hey, it'll pass, right? But this is when I really realized something was very, very wrong. Okay, I couldn't see anymore. Like my eyes were just like, you know when you get up really quickly and you just can't see. Like you can see, but like not well. It was like that, but just worse. Yeah, it was just like that, but worse. And then not only that, there's just something in my like ears or something. I don't know what it was, but like there wasn't anything in my ear, but I mean like I just couldn't hear. Like my ears were fucked. I couldn't hear anything. I mean I can hear, but like muffled noises and shit. I just couldn't hear. Now I'm like sitting on the ground, you know. Like I take a seat on the ground. I'm thinking I'm about to pass out. I'm already seeing the light, you know. I'm feeling like Bruce Wayne in Batman Arkham City, you know. I'm already seeing Martha Wayne and Thomas Wayne. Um, so yeah, like I said, I'm sitting on the ground. I'm thinking, this is it, huh? Hey, we had a good run, boys. Um, but then my vision comes back, right? And my ears are like less muffled. I get back up. I go ahead and clean my nose. And I mean, I don't know if I just bled all the blood from my nose, and that's why I don't nosebleed anymore. But I guess like I don't know what it was. I guess my nose just became like a hollow from Dark Souls or some shit, because my nose just didn't bleed after that. Like I cleaned it up and moved on. I'm thinking, okay, I'm probably gonna start bleeding again, tomorrow or maybe even today. But no, I just stopped nosebleeding from that day. It's not like I never nosebleed, even like to this day. But I don't nosebleed often anymore. It just used to be a lot worse. But yeah, that's actually about it for like nosebleeding and shit. Now I'm about to get into injuries. I've only had one injury in my life. One like actual injury. Like I've been hurt obviously, but I mean like injury where it's like something like I didn't get fractured. I've never had a fracture or anything like that, but I had a sprained ankle. So what had happened was I had gym class, okay? In gym class we were playing basketball. You know, I was feeling like I was in Kuroko's basketball because I was just going crazy. I was jumping up for the ball, you know, I'm thinking I'm going crazy and shit. But one time, right? When I was jumping up for the ball, I go up and jump up for the ball, okay? But what I didn't know is there's someone right behind me also jumping up for the ball, right? He jumps up with me and I'm thinking, hey, I'm about to get it. Then I feel this dude behind me. Pause. I feel this dude like there. I land, and then he lands too, but he lands on my ankle. And my ankle, like I swear, just snapped or something. Like it didn't fracture, but like it felt like it snapped. Like I thought I fractured it. I did because my like ankle touched the ground. Like my foot wasn't flat on the ground. It was like the top of my foot was on the ground, so my ankle shouldn't be touching the ground. But my ankle touched the ground. It was crazy. I never felt that before in my life, and I just feel like this crazy pain. I jump up and I'm jumping up on one foot really quickly. Like I'm running, but on one foot. Because it was just a pain, you know. And I take a seat. And I'm like, fuck. What? I probably my career's over. My basketball career's over. I wasn't even playing basketball anyway. I don't play basketball, but I'm thinking, hey man, my ankle's fucked. And I take a seat, but my dumbass, I decided to get back up and keep playing. As you can imagine, not that good of an idea. But I get up, I keep trying to play, okay. And now and not only was I just playing and I was like walking and shit. No, I was running, I was jumping. That was the worst part, by the way, because I was jumping and every time I would land, I just feel this really sharp pain on my leg. I'm running as if like fucking Godzilla didn't land on my ankle, but I'm still running and jumping and like I'm thinking, okay, maybe I didn't fracture my ankle, maybe I'm good, even though I'm feeling heavy pain every time I jump. And not only that, I biked home that day. I biked home with this ankle that hurt. And then when I got home, it was bad. It was really bad when I got home, because I think the adrenaline like wore off when I got home, and my ankle was just hurting heavily. I couldn't walk. Right? I look at my ankle. I see these two like extremely large bumps on my ankle, and like I said, it just hurts to walk. I couldn't walk. All right, so I went and looked up because I'm thinking, what the fuck's up with my ankle? I looked up, hey, what are these bumps on my ankle? This really big bump on my ankle, and it tells me, it tells me like the exact situation I was in. Like not like it just kind of describes what was happening, right? It tells me this is a sprained ankle. I'm like, damn, I sprained my ankle. So now I'm thinking, hey, at least I get to miss a couple of days off school. I also think like, hey, how long will this take to recover? Actually, I don't even think I want. No, I didn't want to miss the days of school because I think I might have had like work and shit. I think I wanted to actually go. I was like, fuck, that's bad, right? Either way, I was still playing video games on those days. I'll be honest. There was literally nothing else for me to do. I was just I don't even remember what I was playing. I was probably playing Overwatch. I don't remember, but yeah, like I couldn't walk. I even getting up from my bed and going like a couple steps, like going from my bed, which is right behind me right now, to my PC, hurt. It hurt bad. I would have to hop on one leg to get to my PC and then take a seat. It's really really painful. I actually recovered pretty quickly. It told me I would recover pretty quickly, but it also explained to me why I wasn't feeling the pain that bad when I was playing sports, and it was because of the adrenaline. So now that I'm home, the adrenaline wore off, and feet are going crazy, ankles are going crazy. I don't know if like I told Doctor to turn off my pain inhibitors or some shit, but brother, that shit was bad. And I like I said, I missed school for like 2 days. I recovered pretty quickly actually. I mean, I still had the pain afterwards, but yeah, it's just I recovered pretty quickly. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I actually wanted to go to school, so that's why I went, even like when my ankle still hurt. So yeah, that's about it. I kind of dragged that one out a little bit, but yeah, that's all it was. I recovered pretty quickly and went back to school, and that's about it. Yeah, it's not a big injury or nothing. All it was a sprained ankle. I think what made it worse though is that I like did activities afterwards. But yeah, that's all for nose bleeding and injuries.